Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Keiki and Volt show. Just before we start, I wanted to let you all know that anyone on this good old podcast says is not representative of any group, organization, or company of which any of these people work for. Enjoy the show. And then I'm just gonna sit right down here.
We have the professional here for this week.
Yeah.
Professional's not the word I would use.
Well, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, they know who we are.
Yeah, so I'm compatible. I'm a member of the Mute List, which is another podcast group in VR chat. I made this world, of which we're recording in at the moment. And gosh, what do I do that's like important to know? Is that it?
I mean, that's about the same as us, right? We're just like, hey, we play VR chat or have
we
done
exist.
So.
That's
we
it.
exist.
Yeah, that's pretty much the important stuff that needs to be known.
This world was made, I guess, considering the name, in 2017, right?
Well, okay, no. So this version of the world was only named 2017 because during the 2017 update for VR Chat to Unity 2017,
yes.
all the content had to be re-uploaded. So this is the Unity 2017 version of the world. But I guess you could say that this world was made in 2017. So
yeah, I was there. I remember.
Must have been that far back when you started it.
You were rendering it on your really old Garbo. What was it?
Yeah, on my
350 was it?
Yeah, my FX 8350. I was baking the lights on it, and it would take like 5 hours every single time. And I just kept on doing it over and over again because I was never satisfied with it, and it ended up taking me like 26 hours in total to get it all the way that I like it.
Oh, that's terrible.
And it's like, I mean, looking at it now, it's still kind of looking at it now, it still kind of pisses me off, but like, I'm not going to go back and fix that.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you ever did care to come back to fix it, but
if I'm ever going to come back to fix it, I'm going to remake the world entirely, which I started and then still finished. So that's the way things go.
Something for everybody to look forward to in the future.
Or not. Please don't. Don't give me expectations.
We're all expecting so much from you, Combat.
Oh, yeah. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, but your bar should be set much lower.
It's okay. We'll just start here. Even over here, we'll just close the gap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Sure, you can put it that way.
With enough time, we'll close that gap, and then we'll raise the bar higher.
Please don't.
Please do. We're gonna
please say
we're gonna raise you like God, what is it? We'll raise you like a princess on one of those thingies, and we'll carry you around and parade you.
Princess carry.
Please say side.
So usually one of the things that we talk about is the video games that we've been playing. However, I've been playing pretty much the same video games as last week, and I'm pretty sure Keiki's been playing pretty much the same video games as last week.
I hate video games.
That's true.
What are you talking about? You've been committing hours to community service, babysitting 14-year-old children in CSGO. Isn't that really fulfilling?
Oh, I mean, okay. So I played like 3 matches of CSGO competitive in the last 2 weeks, maybe.
Yeah, but how was that?
Could have gone worse. I mean, I was playing with toxic 16-year-olds, but
sounds normal.
Yeah,
it wasn't terrible as long as you just like don't interact with them and just do your part of the team, which happens to be nothing at that rank that I'm at because Lamau tactics.
No, you just run it down. That's how you play, right?
No, so the way you play CS:GO and in like any of the lower ranks is you press F3 at the beginning of the round to auto buy whatever you can afford, and then you let the really random number generator in your head, which only thinks on tuned brain cells, determine which button of WASD you're going to press, and then you hold that button the entire round while randomly moving your mouse around, and that's how you play CS:GO. So you auto buy, you randomly hold a direction, and you hope you shoot something.
Wow, sounds pretty legit.
Yeah,
It sounds like how
or at least
I
that's
play.
what it looks like. Yeah.
What even made you to like play CS:GO? I thought you hated it.
I do hate CS:GO. There's nothing I loathe. Actually, no, that's a lie. There are other games that I loathe more than CS:GO. But CS:GO is one of my least favorite games. However, whenever I'm incredibly like bored out of my mind or have nothing else to play or nothing else seems interesting, I'll just load up CS:GO and I click heads. Like it's just mindless something to do. You see a head, you click it.
I can
Like
get that.
popping bubbles. Yeah, okay.
Pretty much. It's like bubble wrap, but but a FPS, you know?
And there's someone angry on the other side.
Yeah, and you get to let 16-year-olds yell at you. So
I don't know if I
CS:GO.
want my bubble pop stuff to like scream at me. But you could just
it
mute
can
it,
be
right?
entertaining sometimes.
Oh, that's true. The most I've ever got of that is just playing like League for 2 years. No more.
Speaking of games I loathe,
Exactly. Who actually likes League?
League of Legends is a virus. Make sure you uninstall it.
I have it installed for Teamfight Tactics. I don't actually play League of Legends whatsoever, but Teamfight Tactics actually got me to reinstall.
I really hope you don't play League of Legends because then my view of you would like.
Haven't queued a game since I started playing VR chat. Really, I think at the beginning part when I was starting to play VR chat, I was still playing a little bit of League, but that just died off completely. I haven't touched it since.
That's good. That's good.
VR chat's like what is it? A vaccine for the cancer.
It's therapy.
Yeah, it's therapy.
I
I was
should
like,
go
wow,
to therapy for my League addiction.
look at this community of actual nice people on the internet. Why do I even play League of Legends?
Oh, that's a funny thing. That's a funny topic to come across because Ave and I actually were playing Dark RP in Gary's mod a few weeks ago, and I've realized that the VR chat community has spoiled me into what I determine as toxic. Because if you go into like any semi-populated Dark RP server or any Gmod server for that matter, the toxicity of the player base is just out of this world.
Yeah, but that's the
And
internet in a nutshell.
Right. And like
Yeah.
Gmod is not even like regarded as one of the most toxic communities. Like League of Legends, Overwatch, pretty much any MOBA, like those are considered like really, really toxic communities. And I can't even imagine what they must be like if Gmod doesn't have a bad rap. Because that was terrible.
Yeah, I still played Overwatch for a while. Was it earlier this year? And yeah, it's pretty much what you expect. I try to remind myself by playing a multiplayer competitive game every now and then just to remember.
Yeah, I think of all the annoying things that I've come across in VR chat and all of the like shitters in the community. And then I'll look at literally any other community and realize how good we have it.
Yep. It's absolutely true.
I'm trying to think of a time I actually cared for a community. That wasn't VR chat.
This one, that's what I thought.
Exactly.
Well, that's a given.
Because I've been in my share of like MMO communities, like for Mabinogi, Final Fantasy 14, I don't know anything about WoW, so don't ask me there. What is it? Dungeon Fighter. And they always end up being with people that are like, they're either like, oh yeah, I'm way too good for like anyone that's not this amount of like gear level. But there, of course, there's like really humble people. It's gonna have that, but always hits that limit where it's like, damn, do I really want to hang around this that long? And I usually like leave. And then it's the end of that. It's like being a nomad for each different game, just trying to find a nice place, but always turns out
I can agree with that.
terrible.
And then VR chat's the oasis. Well, you're a nomad. You're walking through the desert of shitty online communities.
I'll give you that. But then all I thought was like garbage, not garbage, but I thought of Ready Player One. It's called
I mean,
Oasis.
that's where I'm going with
I
that.
hate you. Get out of here. This is what I have to deal with all the time.
I actually watched it on the plane. I can't remember if it was to AX or from AX, but it was actually available in the in-flight movies, so I watched it. It
I'm
wasn't
pretty
bad.
sure I did the same.
I watched
It
it
was
with
worth watching.
Sin Logic, Kawa, and Dirty Kitty at my local theater when it came out. Somebody had a
you
DeLorean
like
parked
it?
out front. Yeah, it was good. I went and I saw it again.
Well, that's rare for me. Actually,
Book
going
was
to watch
better.
it. I never read the book.
The book was
can't say.
better. Book
The
was
book is
definitely
almost
better.
always better,
It's funny
Why was it
regardless of
because
what you're talking about.
I think in the movie it takes place somewhere in Ohio. I think it's Canton is where it takes place. But in the book, it actually takes place in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I don't know why they changed that. My little like bit of recognition for my terrible flyover state just like completely got destroyed in favor of Canton, Ohio, of all places, and I'm really pissed about it.
It's like this, side disrespect that you don't notice until you actually see it. I don't
I
know.
did
Maybe
feel
someone has something against Oklahoma.
A lot of people have a lot of things against Oklahoma, myself included.
Just like anywhere else in the States.
Yeah, but Oklahoma's shit. This one goes out to you, Oklahomies. Oklahomos.
I mean, I can
This is what-
understand living in a flyover. I'm right in the middle too, and although it's Canada, so it's a little.
Nobody likes living in the middle of anything. Middle sucks.
Everyone just lives on the coast. Just how. It
Yeah,
works.
because there's like nice stuff there. There's water. Imagine
There's
having
things to
water.
do.
There's things
don't
to do
know.
and there's water. You
I always
wouldn't
have
know because
water.
you're
The water's over there. It's like 20 miles away that way.
Let's be nice.
SMH.
It's heckin' nice.
What the heck?
I have to drive like, I don't know, 2.5 hours north to get to a big lake.
I actually used to drive by a pretty big lake every day on my way to work. But yeah, that didn't last.
Do you like not having to work though?
No, God, I wish I had a job. I hate being at home all day.
Okay, that's understandable.
But what are you more happy with? Would you want to go back to that job? Considering what
Oh,
you
God,
went through
no.
while you were there?
No,
Yeah.
God, no. No, I was working at a call center for printers. I had to wake up at 4 a.m. every single day to drive an hour and a half up north. Gas was expensive. My job sucked. I had to wake up really early and I came home really late. And it's like,
Adulthood. Yay!
Dude, being an adult sucks.
Well,
Never
we're
grow up.
adulthood.
Never grow
Yeah,
up.
never grow up.
Just play video games with your friends and eat really shitty food and hope you die before you're 20. That's the speedrun strat.
Speedrun strat.
Get good at video game. Play with friends. Well,
Play video games before you get bored of video games, because that's when it really starts to suck.
I never got bored of video games.
Yeah, I know you never got bored of video games. You love
I'm
your
like-
video games.
30-year-old boomer still playing video games, so.
God, I wish that were me.
well, it's gonna be you eventually.
God, I wish that weren't me. I feel like I sound a little bit weird right now because I'm using my index right now, and I've never used the index on the mute list because I got it after AX. But also, I just woke up like 20 minutes ago specifically for this, and so I'm still like half asleep, groggy voice sounding. It's kind of
Honestly,
freaking me
you
out.
sound exactly the same.
Yeah,
Wow.
you do. If anything, I would say the audio quality is better than it was before, but it's hard to say. Like,
Oh, well, I also turned all my
Surrounding
fans off
around.
because I didn't want the fan noise like going into my microphone. And now it's really, really hot in here.
Yeah.
So I'm suffering just a little bit. I might go turn them back
yeah,
on.
I have the window open for that reason.
Yeah, Keiki, I'm gonna slip right past you here
Yeah,
for
go-
a second.
go ahead.
Just turn on my fan because good lord, it is hot in here. Heck. Oh, that's another thing I hate about Oklahoma. It's hotter than Satan's anus all the time.
I mean,
I think
that's
it's
us,
been-
but only in the
It's been
summer.
like, with the humidity, it's been like over 100 for the past few weeks.
Jesus, isn't it supposed to be like fall almost? God damn.
I thought it was
Yeah.
bad here in California, but
No,
actually
it's
hasn't
like-
been hot at all.
Like, our temperatures for the past few weeks have been anywhere from 90 to like 110 every single day. And then add like 90% humidity to that, and it just makes it unbearable, even inside the house.
Ugh. As soon as you said 90% humidity, you killed me.
Yeah, it's
That's
pretty
like the thing
bad.
I hate about hot weather here is it's humid hot weather.
Hmm.
I want to live in the desert.
Yeah, me
That'd be
too.
Vegas.
When I went
Yeah,
to
Nevada.
AX, and it was hot there, but it wasn't humid, and so it was bearable. But then I came back home, and it was 110 with 98% humidity or something ridiculous
What?
like that. And I was walking through the not the hotel, the airport, and I just wanted to lay down on the ground and just pass out because I was tired, I was hot, I was sweaty, and it was 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. It was awful.
Yeah, that sounds pretty horrible. Ugh. It's already starting to get cool where I live.
Yeah, I hope it starts to cool off soon. What is it right now? Of course. It's 87 degrees outside at
At
9 p.m.
9. Okay. Yeah. that's
It's
gross.
87 at 9 p.m.
I'm
Glad
not
that's
good
not
at
me.
I'm not good at Fahrenheit. What is that in like the rest of the world units?
Hey Google, what's 87 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius?
87 degrees equals
30.5
Oh my god, at 9 p.m.
at 9 p.m.
Ugh. That's pretty horrible. Ugh. Pretty sure it's like 15 or 18 or something like that Celsius or
Oh, God, I was sure. Yo, I'm hungry. What have you guys been eating recently? What's some like really good food that you've had?
Well, I haven't had anything today, so I'm just as hungry as you. But I think I'm
Oh,
getting
okay.
sushi. So
Oh,
I'm
you're
gonna
getting
have
sushi.
oh,
That's good. What kind?
I don't know. But I'll find out in like a half hour or something. Cause
Huh.
yeah.
What about you, Volt?
Nice.
What have you been eating?
I literally okay. So I went to the grocery store. You know how they have those like rotary chickens? It's like a barbecue chicken dinner,
Yeah.
typically for an entire family. So I just bought one of those and ate the whole thing.
Yeah, you ate an entire roast chicken. How did
Like
you
not
do
the
that?
whole thing, like 80% of it, but I eat one meal a day. And I do like the whole intermittent fasting thing, so I only eat one meal. So that was my one meal.
Like a size of a small watermelon.
Yeah,
That's what you ate.
That doesn't sound very healthy.
It's keto. It's fine.
Okay. Okay.
It
Kid.
has,
guy
no,
on
it has no
keto.
sugar. It has no sugar. It's all good.
It wasn't like the content of what you were eating, it's the frequency of which you eat.
Oh, the frequency I eat is perfectly fine. There's no issues with that. I would say, if anything, if there's any issues with my diet, it would be the content. I need to get more nutrition in.
Yesterday I woke up.
Yeah.
I ate some leftover pizza from Hideaway, which was pretty good. I woke up at like 9 p.m., mind you. So I went to McDonald's about 5 hours later in the middle of the night. And I haven't eaten since.
You know, I actually never asked you what kind of food you like. Every time I see you eat something, it's McDonald's or Taco Bell.
Well, that's because that's what's around here. Like, there's not. At the times that I'm awake, there's not much else to eat. Because I
That's
wake up at
relatable.
I wake
Right
up
now.
really late in the afternoon, and
Yeah.
I'm awake all night, and then I go to sleep in the mornings. I don't know why. That's just kind of how my schedule always ends up, no matter what I'm doing. If it's allowed to happen, I will keep a 9 to 9 schedule. Like, that's just how it is.
I'm the same.
Yeah.
I have to force myself to wake up at terrible times in the morning because
Mhm.
that's when things are done that I need to do. But
And
otherwise,
so,
yeah.
if a restaurant isn't open from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m., I don't go to it. And so that leaves me with the only two 24-hour places to eat here in my little
Tacos and
shithole
McDonald's.
of Oklahoma. Taco Bell and McDonald's. And Taco Bell isn't even 24 hours because it closes at 2 a.m. So if I really want Taco Bell, I have to wake up and like get it as soon as I can, or else I'm going to miss it.
Yep, that's pretty relatable. When I go on vacations, my sleep schedule typically drifts into that, like waking up at 7 in the morning or going to bed at 7 in the morning kind of deal. So it's
Mhm.
like, oh, if I want to eat before I go to bed, I have to like head over to McDonald's and get like breakfast or something.
Yeah, speaking of vacation, when we were at AX, I thought it was funny how the sleep schedules of my Airbnb ended up. We told ourselves we were going to wake up pretty early and get to the con with everybody else. And then what ended up happening is we would wake up at noon every single day and get to the con for the last 2 hours, while everybody else had been in the lines all morning when it was hot and awful.
And
And-
terrible.
Personally, I really enjoyed waking up so late in the day because I only had to go to the con for 2 hours to feel like I got my money's worth anyway. Because the con was awful. AX is awful. Don't go. Like, the actual convention, Anime Expo, is terrible. But I had a
Yes.
great time. I had a great time.
It's only
But I would-
awful
the
now.
people.
It was
Yes,
so bad when the density of people was like you're going to be touching someone as you walk through the halls. Before, there was a point where you could actually sit down anywhere in any of the...
Yo, sitting down in the state of
Halls.
California is illegal.
Exactly. They made it illegal like in...
No, it causes cancer in the state of California.
Oh, that too.
Everything causes
It's
cancer.
both.
It causes cancer and it's illegal.
Don't worry, you're next to me, and I'm in California. I probably cause cancer just sitting here.
It's fine because we're not in the state of California, so.
But I bring a piece of California in here.
Is it the state of California or the state of California? Is California a state or is it a state of being or like a state of like
the
like
state of being of California is cancer. Clearly, that's what they're trying to say.
I see. That makes a ton more sense. And I want to get back on the sitting is illegal topic for a second because we were in the dealer's hall, right? And they have those big areas on either side that's just like complete empty space. And of course people go and they sit around there, right?
Yeah.
Whenever they get tired from being fat, sweaty weeaboos and buying anime merch.
People.
Yeah. And so they'll sit down on either side at the end of the dealer hall. And this year they had this one lady who I swear was just like the police officer of sitting down would walk around the perimeter of the dealer's hall and just yell at people to stand up that it was like fire hazards and all that good stuff. Like normal con shit. Okay.
Yeah.
But the way she was doing it was just like so menacing. And we would walk like on the opposite side of her perimeter that she was patrolling. And you could hear her all the way on the opposite side of the dealer's hall. And that's a feat. Like there's thousands of people in that hall and it's really
screaming.
loud and it's like you can't hear anybody if they're not like directly in front of you. And we could hear her on the opposite side of the hall.
Yeah, it's like a constant 80 decibels.
Yeah, it was terrifying. Imagine having a voice that just projected that well.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Imagine that's your job. It's just to yell at people at an anime convention.
God, I wish that were me.
I don't think I could last that long. I have
You gotta
drink a lot of water.
Yeah, but even then, for me,
after 1 hour of that,
since I barely talk at all,
do you think they rotate them out?
They rotate them out with a twin sister or something.
Like I can imagine like yelling at con goers all day like gets really really bad on your voice, and so they might have to like rotate out the sitting police because their voice gets so hoarse and like nobody will listen to them anymore.
I wonder if they do it just as like well, if someone gets hurt, it's not our fault, but we did our due diligence.
Plausible deniability. Hey, we had a security guard though, telling them to not do it, and they did it anyway. It's not on our hands.
Because they don't actually like push people or like all they do is yell at you, right? They're just like, don't sit there. Stop. I mean, get up, move out of here.
If you're still sitting there when they walk around and like you're not listening to them, they'll come up and like confront you about it. It's like, hey yo, bitch, I said don't sit here. And then then you have to like sit there and have like a little Fallout Bethesda conversation with them about, you know, the Skyrim belongs to the Nords or some shit, and then they go on their way.
I don't know. I feel like you have to have a pretty high charisma to get through those successfully.
Really, really thinking that you were about to say that you have to have a pretty high IQ. And I got a little bit of PTSD from that.
PTSD?
Are you saying you're not a Rick and Morty fan? Remember early in VR chat history?
I don't want to.
When there was, I swear to God,
I don't want
Rick
to.
and Morty's everywhere.
I don't want to. I don't want to
Could
remember.
not go into a public instance without seeing at least one Rick and Morty pair trying to do the
Yeah.
bit.
Dude did
Yeah.
the skit. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think I was trying to remember a time where that happened, but I'm pretty sure it just blocked out everything.
So, like,
I
I've ever
remember
seen
it.
that.
to anybody who doesn't know, I'm pretty like in VR chat lore, Ugandan Knuckles is a pretty big thing. Like everybody remembers the good old Knuckle raids. Before it was Knuckles, it was Rick and Morty pairs. People would
Yep.
get like there was a really popular Rick and Morty avatar. There was a Rick and a Morty, and people would get them in pairs and go and just like troll, I guess, for lack of a better word, instances with him.
They would just
Yeah.
try to pretend that they're Rick and Morty. And
Pretty
just, like,
much. It was like really cringy roleplay. And
yeah, really
you would
cringy
s-
roleplay. That's exactly
And
it.
you'd see them in every single instance. Like you could not go to a public instance without seeing a pair of them. And it's like that was the thing. That was the thing before Knuckles.
Yeah,
The
when it was like at
shitty,
the
annoying avatars that
500
people didn't like. Yeah.
like the 500 user count, like pre meme stage. So it's like late November, early December. That was the big thing.
Hmm.
And then the streamers
Yeah.
came in, and then Knuckles happened, and went up to 20K.
The rest
servers were on
is
fire.
history.
Exactly. Rest is history.
Funny story about the Knuckles meme. So where that originated from, like the very first VR chat Knuckles meme video was the little Knuckles Mike spamming "Suicide is painless" from MASH, right?
Yeah.
I'm in that
I'm friends
video.
with the guy who made that. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
in that video. I get to say that I'm part of VR chat history, and I can point at the little video and say, look, mom,
Oh, that's me.
that's me.
That's me.
Shows my nameplate and everything. I feel so accomplished every time somebody brings it up, which is never.
But now everyone knows.
But now everybody
Yeah.
knows. Everybody who
Yeah,
watches will
everyone
know.
knows.
Yeah, I can't remember his full name, but Tidiest something is the one who
Yeah.
was the Knuckles
Mhm.
and originally did that. And that actually, so that happened way before it became an actual meme. It was just out there. It was just a
Yeah.
video. And then when VR chat started to get more popular, suddenly it just went viral out of nowhere. And people
Mhm.
started adding the whole Uganda thing and the clicks and the spitting and the my queen and the whole name. Yeah, exactly.
Quack 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 quack. Yeah. The whole shebang.
I'm glad you still have the skills for that.
It's like riding a bicycle.
Quack quack. Yeah, you never forget.
Okay, well, give me 1 second. There's something in my eye, and it's actually killing me right now.
It's me.
Oh,
No, it's definitely like an eyelash or something.
It's me.
so when are you getting out of Oklahoma, man?
When I get a job that isn't in Oklahoma. So, never.
An
What do
escape
you
route.
do? Is it that really easy? Just finding the escape route?
Yeah, pretty much. So, this is a little personal, but I feel fine sharing it. When 2019 started, I laid out 3 goals for myself. One of them was graduate school, which I've done. 2 was get a job, which I did. And then my entire department got laid off. And 3 was move out of Oklahoma to anywhere else. And I've done all but that last one. I mean, 2 is kind of iffy because like I had a job, but now I don't
Kind
anymore.
of like a setback.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
it, but then I got set back. So I got got just a couple more months to
Still got time.
I still have time, but I don't have a lot of it. If I want to get it done this year, that is.
Yeah.
And I really do. I got a fortune cookie actually like a month ago, and I opened it up and it said that you would be moving to a spectacular new location within the year. And I'm like, damn, if this Chinese cookie made by some slave worker in China says that I'm going to move out, then surely I have to do it, right?
I believe so.
So I've sent out a bunch of applications and stuff, and like I haven't heard back from any of them. So I'm a little bit down on that. Really not feeling very good about it. But in the event that I do hear something back, then that reinvigorates the avenue for me to reach my goals. So I'm really hoping that that's how it goes. But it's not looking bright at the moment. I might have to rethink up a new strategy.
It could happen before the end of the year, though. There's still time.
Oh, it definitely could, but I just don't have anything that will tell me that it will yet.
Other than the fortune cookie.
Other than the fortune cookie, but that's, you know, if the most I have to go off of is a fortune cookie, the odds are very much in my favor.
Well, sure, this is a goal for 2019, but it's not like you can't push it forward, right?
Yeah, I know I can push it forward. I don't want to, because like that kind of defeats the purpose of setting New Year's resolutions. But I guess I wouldn't feel terrible if I had to push it back one more year, but it wouldn't be ideal. Preferably, I'd like to do it as soon as possible, but that's just the way.
Things.
That's just the thesis.
You just keep at it. You just keep at it until your dreams are real, right?
Yeah, just keep pushing.
Follow your dreams.
That's why we're getting you up to here.
Yeah.
Keep pushing. I believe in you. Exactly, like that.
Pushing.
I'm pushing. I'm giving it all she's got, Captain. Don't look at me like that. Definitely don't look at me like that.
What are you talking about? This angelic face. What do you mean?
Oh God, my body.
Oh no, please.
Again.
Oh, stop flashing people, Keiki. Keiki did this like 4 or 5 times before we started recording. It was embarrassing. Keep your hips together.
It's the struggle of full body tracking.
Well, I'm not having any problems. You're not having any problems.
It's a very much not on my machine thing because it could be different.
I hate it.
In every single different
Works on my
room.
machine.
The topography of your room could have a issue with it.
Topography. Speaking of topography, have you guys ever heard of food topography?
No.
All right.
Okay, I was really hoping you guys would know because I don't remember.
No.
Don't look at me.
Food topography? Is that like
food
how
topography.
You arrange?
Hold on. I'm googling
food
it.
On a plate?
No. I'm googling it. Hold on, I got this. You guys talk about something amongst yourselves, and I'll bring it back up here in a few seconds.
The only food that I care about is the stuff like cook, and I never heard of like topography. But then again, I'm really simple about it.
Don't worry about
it. Well, I learn how to make this dish online from like any of those food sources.
Don't worry about it.
Eat it on a plate, tastes good, take a picture, and bully Volt with it.
Firefox isn't coming up. Fuck.
I can cook eggs.
My Firefox isn't opening.
Just eggs.
Are you the master egg cooker?
Yeah, that's it. One trick.
Well, I give up. My Firefox won't open.
Oh, that's not good.
I guess we're not talking about food topography.
Yeah, I have no idea. I've never heard of that. I have no idea what it actually is.
It's kind of like,
1 second.
is a taco a sandwich?
Oh, is this like is cereal soup?
Yeah, that's kind of like the food topography thing. It's like,
Oh yeah, is ketchup a jam?
yeah, like the topography of food, in reference to starch based supports on either side of whatever object it must be, right? That determines the topography of the starch based support determines what kind of food it is, right?
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So if you take a cube, right, of some sort of starchy material and you remove sides of it, right? So if you remove the front and the back and the top, right, that makes a taco. Okay? But if you only have either side, that makes it a sandwich, right?
Mhm.
So
And if it's like this, it's like a bread bowl,
yeah,
or like a hot pocket would just be starch on all sides, some
right.
sort of meat bun or something like that.
Right. And so if a food has no starch based support, then would that make it like a soup or something? Like it's that kind of thinking that really it's really stupid. It's really kind of redundant.
Gets those neurons firing, right?
Yeah. My two brain cells that only fire whenever the DVD screensaver hits the corner of the screen.
I'm thinking it's like, when were these words created? When were they like, okay, so this is going to be a bread bowl. This is what you consider a sandwich.
See, that's the thing.
Is it the
because
person that did it first get to decide
there's a
what
whole
it is?
diagram about it, which is what bothers me. Like somebody went through the work of like making this diagram to determine, this is what this is and that's what that is. Oh, finally Firefox opened. All right. I'm about to bring up the diagram. We're about to really get into it. Okay, let's see here. Food topology. All right, we're about to get in this right now. All right, food topology. The topology of sandwiches. Okay, this is a whole like PDF document describing this stuff. Okay.
Someone did a research paper on it.
Yeah, somebody actually did a research paper. There's like formulas and diagrams and shit. Like, let's see
Please see
here.
Appendix A,
Yes.
figure 1.3.
So we have bread types here. There's a loaf and a bagel and all of this good stuff. Jesus, this is really in depth. Okay, this dude has 12 pages of just talking about food topology. The hell?
It's literally a paper. Like, I would hope that he's at least in some sort of culinary arts program and that he submitted this for some class.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
like
it's a fucking waste.
imagine writing your thesis on
Bread.
food topology. Okay, so the website that I'm looking at right now is called cuberule.com. So the cube rule of food identification, as seen in the Webby Awards and the Washington Post. First, we asked, are hot dog sandwiches? So some classic sandwiches can include a grilled cheese, a Reuben, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and a hot dog. Right? So New York said yes. A hot dog is a sandwich. Let's see here. Then somebody on Twitter said, okay, listen. The sandwich discourse is played out. We need to have a new discussion. Pop-tarts are a ravioli.
I can see exactly where they're going with that, but that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Right, okay.
But it
And
makes
so people,
sense if you consider what
It makes
a
sense.
ravioli.
right, because it does make sense because the concentration of starch based support is exactly the same in a Pop-Tart as it would be in a ravioli.
Yeah, or like a pierogi or
Exactly. And so somebody made a sandwich alignment chart to try to like bring order to this, and it's all over the place. That's a lot. And of course only chaos ensued. Then the Holy Prophet emerged. Are you unsatisfied with the current debates regarding what is or is not a sandwich? You should try using the cube rule for identifying what you're eating. And thus, we've been blessed with the grand unified theory of food identification, the cube rule. And you can go to cuberule.com, scroll all the way down, and it will show you. So, here it is. Let's say you have a cube, okay? You have a cube, all your sides, good stuff. Just the bottom, if there is only starch-based construction on the bottom, it's considered toast. If it's got a bottom and a top, it's a sandwich. A bottom and two sides, it's a taco. Top and sides and bottom, it's sushi. If it's all sides except the top, it's a soup or a salad or a bread bowl. And if it's all sides, then it's a calzone.
okay. So hot dogs, some hot dogs are sandwiches and some of them are tacos. 'Cause
Yes.
It depends if the
Yeah.
bun is attached. If the bun is attached on one side.
Right.
it'll
So
be
if you
taco.
have a hot dog with a bun that goes all the way around three sides, then you're eating a taco. But if your bun breaks down the middle and you only have two sides, then you're eating a sandwich.
So
Mhm.
yeah, if you're eating it and it's a taco, and unfortunately not all buns are great, eventually it breaks on the bottom. You transition into eating it.
Right. You could
Yeah.
start eating a taco and end eating a sandwich.
I'm pretty sure I've had that happen with hard tacos where the shell broke and then I'm just kind of eating this like messy taco
Yeah,
sandwich
now you're
thing.
eating a sandwich.
That's food topology. I really wanted to get into that discussion simply because I knew we'd sit here and debate about it for a good 10 minutes.
And I've seen the infographic and after seeing it I agreed with it. I was like, yeah, this is pretty well thought out. This is logical.
Right. And so here's some they even provide examples. So popular example of toast would be pizza and a pumpkin pie, right? Those would both be considered toast. A sandwich would be a toast sandwich, which is, toast, the piece of bread, and toast, or would it be the other? No, a toast sandwich
Wait,
would
but-
be bread, toast, and then bread. Okay.
Isn't that what they
Multi-layered
eat in the
lasagna.
UK?
Yeah, and they put like beans on it sometimes. I don't know.
Isn't it a Big Mac?
Bean
A
toast.
Big Mac has bread in the middle too.
Yes, a Big Mac would be considered a sandwich, but like it was already considered a sandwich before the cube rule.
True.
A quesadilla, like if you like a non-folded quesadilla, because if you fold the quesadilla, then it's a taco. But if you just have like a tortilla, whatever you put on your quesadilla, and then another tortilla on top, then that's considered a sandwich as well, along with multi-layered lasagna. A
You
taco,
could also fold it.
Like a Crunch
Right.
Melt Supreme or something.
right? So a taco would be like a hot dog that has the middle of its bun intact. A sub sandwich that hasn't been cut down the side would also be considered because it has just the one opening, and a slice of pie that has like crust on the top and the bottom, and also around the edge, right? Which is also a taco. So you kind of see how this starts to make sense. Like pigs in a blanket being sushi, or an enchilada being sushi, or popular
What about
example of it,
burrito?
a burrito.
So because you have only one opening.
A burrito would be sushi. No, or it'd be a bread bowl.
It'd
It'd be
be
like a bread bowl.
no, it's three things, isn't it?
Because it
First,
only
wait.
has an opening at the top.
Well, it depends on how you
The
fold your
bottom.
burritos. Because some people like fold the burritos with both sides closed, in which that case it would be like, God, what would it be at that point? It would be like a calzone. Like if you
So
fold,
wait,
if you
I
fold a
never
it
burrito,
evolves. If it's
Right.
fully folded, it's gonna be calzone. Then it becomes a bread bowl, and then if you're unfortunate enough for the liquid to like burst through the other side, it's sushi.
right? So if
yeah,
you
it goes through 3 phases.
if you're a degenerate and you don't close either ends of your burrito, you're eating sushi. If you only close one side, you're eating a bread bowl. And if you close both sides and you have no openings to your to the insides of your burrito, you're eating a calzone.
Amazing. I feel so
And
much
that's
more
how-
informed now.
That's how food topology works. Actually, if you look right here, in the popular examples of a calzone, they put a burrito as one of the examples. Pop-tarts are also considered calzones, along with Uncrustables that haven't been bitten into.
Makes sense.
So there you go. That's how food topology works.
The more you know.
I'm really glad we got like 20 minutes of mileage out of that discussion.
I feel a lot more intelligent now, I gotta say.
See, it's my favorite. It's like one of my favorite shitpost topics to pull up because everybody has such hot takes on it. It usually ends up in a heated debate. As a matter of fact, the only reason I pulled it up was because on one of the VR chat development streams, System, they're one of their main backend developers, I think, brought up hot dogs being sandwiches, and Twitch chat just had a lot of really rough things to say about it. It was great.
If you ever
It was-
want to derail anything, you just bring.
yeah, if you ever want to
into it.
derail a discussion, that's you bring food topology into it, and chaos will ensue.
But it didn't here.
Why do you keep looking at me like that? Stop it.
What do you mean?
You keep
looking here and looking over there at the same
you
time.
keep looking at me like and you're looking at me like that, like with your little mouth thing going on, your eyebrows and
Yeah, so the mouth thing on my 2017 Unity 2017 version, it doesn't have a fixed mouth. It doesn't have the but it's whatever, it's fine. I'm gonna switch to a booth model eventually anyway.
booth. Buy booth models. Pay
Well,
money. Money's
the
money's
next
good.
goal.
Actually, no,
I saw
money's
one-
bad.
Gotta go
You want to
weekend.
spend it as soon as you can.
I saw one that
Maybe
looks
for-
like it's kind of like a Bowsette almost. It's like the same idea. So it's got like a tail, it's got
It's kind of cursed.
horns. It's like a lot of the aesthetic points that I enjoy. You know, it's thick, which is important.
You've
So
probably
it's got,
seen
it's
it.
got all the pieces there.
I've
yeah,
seen
you've
a
probably
lot
seen it
of
if you've
them.
been looking through both.
It's like in the first or second page of most popular.
I hang out with the Japanese community in VR chat a lot, so I've seen pretty much all the booth models that are popular. So there's a very high chance that I've seen it.
It's a little more pricier than the other ones, though. It's 5,000 yen instead of the. I've seen a lot that were like 4,000 or 3,500.
Usually they're anywhere between 3 to 5. Yeah.
It's a little bit on the higher end. That's why I haven't bought it yet, because I'm cheap.
I'm cheap too. That's
See.
why I bought like 3 separate models to put this one together. This is an amalgamation of a bunch of different models and accessory packs and I spent way too much on it, and then I went and I bought another model for $50, and I haven't even used it.
It's just like clothes. Honestly, you spent probably less on this than clothes.
Booth models are literally like clothes. You see one that you really, really like, and then you'll buy it, and then you never wear it.
Wow, that's way too accurate, actually.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny because, like, if you buy really nice clothes, it's the same kind of price point.
Yeah, like $50.
Yeah, like if you're buying some like really nice clothes and shit, and you pay $50, and then you only wear it like once or twice, special occasion maybe, and then it goes back into the closet, never to be seen.
I would disagree.
I'm pretty simple. I have like a set of clothes that I could switch around. That gives me a good amount of outfits. But yeah, I don't really like paying that much for clothes. Like getting good bases and good jackets and then layering it properly to get a different look. Because I feel like that's ideal, right?
I don't go outside, so it doesn't matter.
Unfortunately, I have to go outside to go grocery shopping. And I gotta look. That's what happens when you cook.
I actually have to go to work, of all places.
Boomer. Imagine having a job.
Just imagine.
Imagine having a job. Imagine.
I have like certain like trash weebwear that I bought at AX that I'll pretty much only ever wear around the house. Because it's like, I cannot wear this to work. There's just no way.
Mm-hmm.
Not possible. Like a fat crew shirt. You can't wear that to work.
See, that's the problem, is like, you go to conventions and you buy a bunch of weeb shirts and like and stuff that you'll feel comfortable like wearing at the time around everybody else who's like equally as much of a degenerate as you are. And then you get back home with your family and your friends and your coworkers, and then you realize like, wow, I can't wear any of this.
Or I wear the fat crew shirt as an undershirt.
Yeah, and then if you don't care, then it's like,
then you become the example that everyone uses.
You create a lot of social friction if you just decide you don't care. It's usually not worth it.
My parents asked me if the girl on my Miku shirt was a stripper once, and it's like, man, I don't want to have to bother with that. Miku isn't a stripper. Miku's a queen, all right?
I can't even understand the thought process for that kind of question. It's like, oh, is that character a stripper?
I don't know.
I actually have a hoodie that has just like a silhouette of Hatsune Miku and like a piano and some music symbols. Vast majority of people look at it and see nothing, right? I have one coworker whose daughter is a really big Hatsune Miku fan. And every time she sees me, she's like, oh, look, it's Hatsune Moko. Like, she butchers the name on purpose. She goes out of her way to pronounce it improperly for the laughs, because she knows, like, because her daughter gets really mad every time she does it. So she does it whenever she sees me wearing that shirt.
The peak of humor. Haha, I'm gonna say this wrong just to make the funny laughs. Haha. I am a comedy genius.
Well, it doesn't really bother me, so she doesn't. It
bothers me.
But I'm sure
Miku is a queen. All right, Miku's a queen, and she deserves to be respected.
I mean, you're not wrong. I have like a few pictures. A couple of them I drew myself, like on my cubicle and stuff. It's cool. Are we gonna throw down?
Don't look at me like that. I'm watching you. You were saying?
I was just asking if you guys were gonna throw down or what was going on.
Yeah, too lazy.
Yeah. Too
Yeah,
lazy.
it's a lot of effort.
It is a lot of effort. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm super hungry too.
Oh god, I am super hungry. Oh, I want food so bad. What should I eat?
Eat chicken.
Taco Bell.
No, I don't want chicken. You want to know how many chicken places are around here? There are multiple restaurants here where I live that all they sell is chicken. Like every single thing on their menu is some rendition of chicken. I hate it. I hate like the obsession with chicken in this part of America. Like everything has chicken in it. I don't hate
cheap.
chicken.
As long
It's
as
cheap.
it's
Like
not always
Yeah.
fried, it should
Like-
be okay.
I don't hate chicken. I love chicken, but I hate the taste of chicken for every single meal that I eat. I want something different.
Understandable.
Like I can't think of anything other than chicken.
What about ramen? Okay, even
It's
there's
funny you bring
three
that up,
ramen,
actually.
ramen places
because-
where I live. So you're gonna
No,
have ramen places.
It's funny that you bring that up because when I went to AX this last time, it was the very first time that I've ever eaten ramen. Like I've never
You didn't
had
have it
like
last
Kinda
year?
no, I've never had like top ramen. I've never had like any like shitty microwave brand ramen or anything. I've never had real ramen. Like the idea behind ramen and anything you would throw under that categorization, I've never eaten before in my life until this last AX, and it was amazing.
Yeah,
It was amazing.
ramen's great.
My Airbnb, we were walking down the street one morning on our way to get food, and we were just looking around like at all the places, and there was a ramen shop having their grand opening that day right outside our Airbnb. And we went to
Oh,
it,
damn.
and it was this little place, and they were playing Boy Pablo, one of my favorite musicians. I was like, damn, this place is styling. And
They
we
gave
went
you
and
a
we got
ramen.
our ramen. Yeah, and I got this big bowl of ramen before me, and I'm like, damn, this smells amazing. I'm gonna eat the whole thing. And I only ate like a quarter of it, and it was so much. It's so much food. It was
It's a lot.
crazy.
You
If you're not ready, oh my.
It was crazy.
You don't have much of an appetite, do you?
No,
Me and
I
Katie
don't.
Both. Well, eat
I don't
bowl
eat
of
a lot of
ramen,
food.
and then always, every single time, get extra noodles.
No, I don't eat a lot of food. I can't finish like whole meals very often. Like
You can
very
eat once a
rarely.
day.
Very rarely what I'll do is I'll make one of those like oven pizzas and I'll eat that whole thing. Like I'll eat a whole oven pizza, but I'll never finish anything else. I can't eat that much food.
I can eat a
Don't have-
lot of food in one sitting.
Don't have room. I'm really small, Volt. I don't have that much room.
I'm not very big myself. You've seen me in real life. I'm thin.
Yeah, I've seen you in real life, but like you got a big stomach. I don't got a big stomach. I got a tiny
I got
stomach.
a black hole somewhere in there. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
you have like a separate stomach for every single type of food that you eat. Like mine all goes to the same place, but you got like a ramen stomach and a pizza stomach and a dessert stomach, and I'm like, no, like I got one spot. It all goes to the same place.
I only found that my appetite went up in a crazy, ridiculous way after I cut out sugary drinks. After cutting out sugary drinks, immediately I noticed my appetite went way up.
Yeah, I don't drink a lot of sugary drinks. Like if I'm sitting at my desk, I'll be drinking water most of the time. But every now and then I like to have me a good Dr. Pepper. I love Dr. Pepper.
I can't remember the last time I had pop. It's kind of
Soda?
because they used to pop.
Soda?
I'm Canadian. Call it pop.
Soda?
Pop.
Soda?
Fountain beverage.
Frosty beverage. Soda pop. You just make them both.
Yeah, true. We're just
Soda pop.
finishing each other's sentences there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finish each other's sandwiches.
Or tacos, as the case may be.
Or bread bowls.
Or bread bowls. Or sushi.
Calzones.
Oh no. I've started it now.
I'm hungry now.
Again, that
I'm
infographic
really
is
hungry
going
too.
100%. That infographic is going in the thumbnail.
Yes, okay.
Put it in
Cuberule.com. Go find it.
Yeah.
Get the
I'm gonna put that there.
infographic.
I've
Put
seen
it on the
I know
thumbnail.
what to look up. I'll get
It's
it.
it'll be good. It'll be so good. You know, I can't wait. Yes, let's go eat. But first, I just wanted to make like a little remark. It's gonna be really funny when the rest of the Muteless members see this. None of them know that I'm on this right now.
By the way,
How long
make sure to
are they
follow.
Is it gonna be until they I can't believe Combat betrayed us.
Immediately, I guarantee it. So I guess if we're gonna close out and go get some food, I guess the first thing I'm gonna say, I'm gonna plug myself. Go follow me on Twitter at CompatibleVRC. I post nothing of value, so actually don't do that. That's a bad idea. But you can go follow my podcast group, The Mute List, at The Mute List on Twitter, twitch.tv/The Mute List. Also The Mute List on YouTube. We have links to all of the members' Twitter accounts and all the YouTube links and all the good stuff on the Twitter. So if you can find that, then you should be golden. We're kind of in like a little hiatus thing right now after our last season ended. But we have big plans for season 3. So look forward to that whenever that ends up coming out. And
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm still waiting for all the stuff to get settled in because we all have like our own schedules. When you have 5 people in a podcast group, that stuff gets really hard to manage because everybody has their own schedules. And now Noe has a job, Sin has a job and school, Tupper has his job, Snep's going back to school, and I'm going to be going back.
We had
Really-
this exact same discussion. It's really
Right,
hard
we
for
all
you
live
guys
in
to
different
actually get
time
together.
zones, and we
Yeah.
all have our own schedules, and we're all in different parts of our lives. It's really difficult to get the Mute List together to actually do an episode.
Yeah,
But
I
I'm
was
looking
thinking,
forward to
like,
starting up again.
what you could do is you could do the 4 of 5 rule, where anytime you can get 4 people together for the Thursday, then you call it. And whoever
Yeah.
the 5th is, they can come back in for the next episode, right? At least then
Yeah.
you'd get more consistent Thursday episodes out, right?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we can't do it on Thursdays anymore because all of us have things to do on Thursdays now. So we're gonna have to come up
Oh,
with a
so you
different
have
day to do it
New
on.
day.
Yeah, like the every other Thursday meme is gonna have to end now. We have to come up with something else. You can't miss
Yeah.
it. It's every other Thursday.
Yeah, we always do ours Sundays or Mondays, and then it
Hmm.
actually hits the internets on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Except-
Cool.
No, this
That's
is
the
this is
goal.
clearly Wednesday. This is live.
Oh yeah, this is
100%.
Wednesday. Live
I
on
cut it
Wednesday.
and put it on. Easy.
Wednesday
Yeah,
Wednesday
afternoon.
morning.
Hit me up. It's good to have it be consistent, because then
Yes.
it's like every week.
You guys nailed the consistency thing already. It took the Mute List a year and a half to get that consistency. We did our
But it's
first
5
episode.
people.
You're right. We did our first episode, and we didn't have another episode for like 7 months. It was crazy.
That's like unreal levels of.
Mute List season
consistent.
1 has like 3 or 4 episodes, and Mute List season 2 has about 15. because we started getting consistent during the second season. Consistency is key. Always be consistent.
So
in
the first
whatever you do.
season, the first season is basically OVAs, and then the second season is actually a full core.
Correct.
Makes sense.
Season 2, well, season 1 is a bunch of OVAs, but it also has its own OVA, the AX Taco Bell special, which is still to this day one of my favorite Mute List episodes of all time. I think that may have
It's a
been
good one.
like the highest quality, the most sentimental to me. Like the new one that we did, this AX was really good too. But I don't
Hot
think
Pot?
it's gonna top. Yeah, at Hot Pot was good, but I don't think it's gonna top Taco Bell. Taco Bell was peak Mute
Taco
List.
Baco.
Seems like it's going to be pretty hard to beat that.
It's gonna be pretty hard to beat that in the coming seasons. We had Hideo Kojima himself vaping at our window. Somebody threw a chair. Like we had an illustration made. We had somebody throw a chair at one of the cashiers. We had Hideo
Yeah, I was
Kojima
there for
vaping through the window. Like
I was already
With-
back home by that point. It feels bad.
with that much going on in an episode, it's really hard to beat.
Yeah. It's hard to tell.
Also,
nothing
Noe-
happened at the hot pot.
That was Noe having Taco Bell for the very first time. It was an experience.
So the next one's going to be at Seattle, right?
Yeah, I think we all want to go to SakuraCon next year. 'Cause
Yeah.
AX is a shithole.
Is Garbo
Um,
now?
I don't know how I'm going to do that. I'll need to get a job before I can fund that trip. So
Mhm.
here's hoping that that works out. But we'll never know until we get there. Cross that bridge when we get there.
Mhm.
Anyway, I'm hungry.
Me too.
The bar's up here.
Yes, the bar. Oh man, we should go to the bar. Drinking on a Sunday night. Hell yeah.
I don't work on Mondays normally, so I could do that if I wanted to.
Nice.
All right. Let's end
Later.
this. See ya.
See ya. Nice.
Thanks for watching. Bye bye.
Thanks for watching.